What's up, droplets? That is what I call you if you guys have not noticed, if you are listening to me. Today, we are going to do the band PARAMØRE. Right now, it is Saturday, February 3rd at 8:05 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you guys want to follow me along, you definitely can. Just open up your web browser, or if you're watching on YouTube, you can go to my channel and just go to www.liquidesessions.com. And that's LIQUIDESSESSIONS.com. So jump up there, follow me along. You'll see my banner right here. It says Liquide Sessiøns. And if you go to PITCHØGRAPHY, this is the book that I wrote, and partly the reason that I'm doing these podcasts. I wanted to do a read through so you can see the bands that I have on here. I previously have done Brand New and 21 Pilots. Excuse me. And now I'm on PARAMØRE. This picture right here, the thumbnail, I took at their concert in Red Rocks, where I actually got to meet them. It was pretty fucking awesome, and I'll talk about that in this chapter as well. But these chapters, if you have not listened before, and sorry if you have, I just gotta tell people, the reason I'm doing this. Basically, this is a different part of a business that I have, a bigger business called Liquid Air. And it is a private and public musicians resort, sort of a tongue twister, musicians resort that I have done. It's cost out to the penny, and I have a layout, business plan, recipes, like everything that's inside pretty much picked out. And I want Sir Richard Branson and Holly Branson to run it, and those are the Virgin Empire exemplars, and they're amazing. And this is their Virgin Disruptor. This is the thing that Holly Branson was looking for. So if you guys are listening, or if someone knows them, let them know that I want to talk to him. And Mr. Yes Man, he probably more than likely will say yes to this because it's right up their alley. So this is PARAMØRE, and I wrote this December 11th, 2013 at 10:10 p.m. in Avon, Colorado. And if you're following along and you look, I made a little logo. This is my logo right here with a rain cloud, but it's got a 16th note coming out of it, and that's why it's Liquid Air. So this is, like I said, Liquide Sessiøns. This is our communication sector of that business, and I was going to talk on it, and just figure out like what I wanted to do if I was running that. And so I was like, well, I'll probably have a top 10 chapter, and I'll do 3 underrated bands. And so that's what I did, as well as I wanted to write something. I've been to over 300 concerts, or actually pretty close to 300. I don't know if I'm quite there. I think I will have had broken it though last year. I'll have to tally it up and make sure. But I've been to a bunch of concerts, mostly all over the West Coast area, and from like Missouri down to, I think, Texas was the farthest south. Well, Arizona too. But anyways, when I wrote this chapter, I was listening to music, and the musical gods picked Careful to be the random song that I did, and that's on Brand New Eyes. And to explain the hashtags, some of the hashtags that are there, they are hashtags that you can read as hashtag, or you can just read through with it, and it has a hashtag on it. The main reason is for a game or puzzle that I will be doing once I get a decent following here, giving away different gift cards to wherever, and then hopefully getting up to like iPads and stuff. And then I would do the same thing in my establishment of that musician's resort that I was talking about. So I wasn't really sure where I was going to go with this chapter. It was somewhat hard to explain. And what I wanted to convey to my audience, which is anyone who will listen. It's out of order, I know. I'll start out with what the song, the MGs, hashtag MGs, so aka musical gods, want me to do. And damn, they obviously picked another great one. This song right now is once again making me happy on what its meaning is and how it's pertaining to my life at this moment. This whole song is just amazing right now. It's 10:18 p.m. My legs are going a million miles an hour. We're just shaking to this awesome beat of the song. I love Paramore. However, one of the very few bands that I want to see, and I have not. Fuck. It's not like I had opportunities, but my luck with seeing them was either, well, I was working, it was sold out, or it was canceled. And so I took part of the text from a Facebook status, and so it says Monday, May 6th, 2013 at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. It says Devin Keshashi Christensen went to Paramore, and then it says at canceled, Salt Lake City, Utah. So that was what had happened. I woke up and I had friends, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, she's gonna be so sad," and I was, because I've tried to see them 3 times. Excuse me, gotta take a drink already. So I had the chance to see them, like I said, 3 times, and I was working one of the times. The other one is sold out. I think that was with No Doubt when they came here, and then the other one they had canceled. And so on the latter one, this is just a theory. The concert was supposed to be at the Saltaire venue in Utah, and it was presented by AEG. Well, being Utah, everyone buys their tickets way too late. The venue, producers, artists, anyone involved has no fucking idea on what the crowd attendance will be, and they can't or won't produce a show that's not going to sell. Haley said that she was sick, but then she performed at the Fillmore in Colorado the next day, and some of the pictures made me envious, pissed off, sad overall. She was indeed truly sick. If she was indeed truly sick, I wish her all the best. I even made a little social media photo hoping to meet Paramore that night. So anyways, let's see here. I gotta mute this right now. Anyways, man, I love Haley so much. She is such an amazing example of just doing what you believe in and whatever trials come your way. I remember listening to their song Emergency. Excuse me. Man, my voice is already gone tonight. I didn't even really talk that much to anybody today. Anyways, man, I love Haley so much. She is such an amazing example of just doing what you believe in with whatever trials come your way. I remember listening to their song Emergency on a Fueled by Ramen sampler and falling in love. Her voice, that sound. Hashtag still speechless. My favorite girl singer, hands down. I'm very picky in that manner. Haley set that hashtag sky high bar on what I wanted and what I needed as a listener for a female voice. So on the left, I have this picture, and it says, "So friends and family, I don't ask a lot, but it would be more than awesome if you could take 10 seconds to share this photo. It would mean everything if I could meet Paramore." I will also be posting a video tomorrow as well, and it says hashtag Paramore, alternative press, chemo, kidney transplant, kidney dialysis, SLE, lupus, love their new album, and then hashtag liquid air. So there's a photo of me sitting there. I got some sunglasses, like a fisheye face on there. And that shirt, I'll probably do a little contest maybe. I don't know. Maybe I need to write this down. I probably should. So hold on one second. Grab a pen, which I have on my thing. But for this Paramore thing, I will try to see if I can do a contest on that shirt, if someone knows what that shirt is. So let's see here, Paramore, and then we'll do contest on t-shirt in the Paramore concert promo. It's the white one. And so, anyways, with this, I put on there, you know, that I was a survivor of those things that I list off as those hashtags, and that it would be more than awesome to meet them. And then it says, it's not that I don't. One of the lyrics that I had, it says that it's not that I don't feel pain. It's just I'm not afraid anymore. It's just I'm not afraid anymore. Sorry, man. I can't read my own writing on that signature. I should have just done it how I wanted to. And then I have some alternative press magazines down underneath there, and then their new album, and then a signed little poster that they had with this package I got. And then on the right, this is my kidney transplant, and this is my stomach, and this is a huge like cut into it where they put my kidney, and then this is a drain tube because it has to drain like any excess fluid or blood that might happen in your transplant. And so, man, that's so crazy because that was almost 5 years ago. April 8th, 2013 is when I did that picture. So it was 10:26 p.m. on that day, which was, let's see if we scroll back up, December 11th, 2013. So with that, it was 10:26 p.m. The YouTube count was 155,107 views. And so watching the music video on YouTube, the Screamo version, of course, it just shows so much more emotion. I can't tell you how much screaming means to me in a song. Like, what are they feeling? What are they thinking? Why did they pick that particular verse or lyric to scream? It has so many questions and feelings. Maybe you'll understand as I get more into the life of music that will ultimately change the world. And so I'm talking about the song Emergency, if since I went on a weird tangent for that YouTube count. And so they have two different versions. I have one that they put on their album, and it's just a regular, well, not regular, it just doesn't have their screamo in it. But I suggest you go and check it out because it's a lot different, and it makes you think like where they would be now or then if they would have kept on screaming in it. I don't know if they would have gotten that far. I think they probably would have gotten pretty far because back then, like, the screamo scene was getting pretty decent. Like, Under Oath was just coming out and breaking, you know, that ground a little bit. And then before that, they had, like, you know, like Blindside that got on the radio with their screaming a little bit too. And then, yeah, just some other bands. Thursday, I didn't really hear Thursday though. They're pretty post-hardcore though, back then. So, anyways, it's a different story. So, I like screaming in songs, and so I could go on and on about how much I love Paramore and why she, Haley, speaks to me in an unspeakable way with love, lyrics, and their sound. I can't remember who produced their introduction to the world, but I remember this interview that they had. I had watched it through a link on alternative press, but back then girl singers were not in. And maybe it was Josh Farrow who said verbatim, "This band we want to make guys like and fall in love with. Even though we have a girl singer, it's a different sound and you will love it." And they were like interviewed like in a park or something, I'm not sure. I know after their emergency sample song, on their emergency sample song, I believe it was on that Fueled by Ramen sampler that I mentioned. of like '05 or '05. Fuck, it was actually Pressure. So I just double checked. Shit. Anyways, I love all their music, and I could go on and on how much I love their music and what it means to me. Speaking of that sampler, I remember receiving it at Warped Tour, if I do recall. Excuse me. Man. Hold on a second. Sorry, I gotta take another drink, guys. So speaking of that sampler, I remember receiving it at Warped Tour, if I do recall. Maybe it was like Alternative Press. Anyways, I remember one of my friends, Mark, and he was like, dude, I love this shit. I love this band, her voice. As we were probably smoking Swisher Sweets in a vacant parking lot. Laugh I don't know. Yeah, don't be jealous. We were fucking cool. Man, music is flooding my brain right now. I have what you call a hyperthymesia with music. And so that and those life events, I just like have them run through my head like at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Somewhat like those people that recall information on the spot like a hard drive. Check out the 60 Minutes interview. The link on Wikipedia is this. So hyperthymesia, it's an actual thing. So for the people that are following, I'm going to click on that link and open it up. And so hyperthymesia is a neurological disorder which leads people to be able to remember much more than the average person. People with hyperthymesia remember an abnormal vast number of their life experiences. And so for me, I wanted to make it so when I'd listen to music or like do anything, I would have a beat in my head so I could remember it better, and it actually has worked. And so I feel like I remember a lot of events a lot better just because of music, and how, you know, like when you can recall a song and all of its lyrics even though you haven't heard it like in 10 years, sometimes 20 years, you know, and you're just like boom, and you just, that's what it does. It's pretty crazy. So, let's see here. I'm just gonna close that really quick for the people online. So below was the status that I did before I even heard of this hashtag phenomenal gift that very few people have. So this was Monday, February 23rd, 2011 at 5:39 Mountain Time. And it says, Devin just updated his status. It says, I wish my mind was like an external hard drive and I could extract every cover song's output exactly what was in my head and other songs as well. What a better world this would be. It would be like our own personal life soundtrack. And then it says, I love music. So back then the song, you know, Paramore, I go on tangents. It happens, I think, way too much. It's a love/hate relationship. My life has always been uncharted. It has been something that's taken me on the craziest roller coaster rides of highs and very, very lows. Some highs, hashtag extreme lows, that I have only told a couple people. Sometimes it is hard to explain in words because some experiences cannot be summed up in words. It's all emotion, heartache, pain, lowest of lows, highest of highs. That's the best to always do, is have the highest of highs. Remain positive, optimistic. My life has not been easy by any means, and yet I still press forward despite the hardships. This is where the vision and the love of music came from. It's my major outlet and still is. Yes, I'm a fun-loving person. Hashtag love entertainment, anything. However, Liquid Air and Liquide Sessiøns obviously destroyed that metaphorical iceberg by creating an entity. It is who I am. It's everyday life. It's love of one another regardless of status. So my next entry that I did was January 13th, 2014 at 9:48 p.m. in Avon, Colorado. And so my favorite album is All. You know, I love all their albums. But if I really had to pick down to one, even with their new one that they just had come out as I'm talking since it's 2018, I think it's probably B-sides, actually. But the song that came up randomly when I was doing this particular one was their self-titled album, and it was Fast in My Car. So what a perfect song for a perfect beginning to a chapter that will, as well the newest version, just because like when I was doing these, I went through a lot of versions, and I was like being a perfectionist like I, usually am, and it's stupid. I hate it. That is a love/hate relationship for sure. But when I was writing these, I just threw away a bunch of different copies, or I guess like deleted a bunch of them on my computer because I was just like reading. I was like, this is shit. And so I just decided to do it real time, not worry about it, and just try to get it out there and maybe edit some things and make some things have some body. But this new version, it's just gonna change my fucking life, as I actually have to sit down and do this top 10 artists that I would be stuck on the island with. Yes, the Musical Gods cover Stuck on You just came on at 9:57 p.m. So I am going a little bit out of order. Why? Somewhat of a respect in regards to the Monumentor member pre-sale just went on. So finally, I'm going to see fucking Paramore. I woke up at 9:30 p.m., logged in, and waited, refreshing the screen every 10 seconds as usual. Maybe, just maybe, somehow they would release it early for the hell of it, and I would be in the best spot in the whole world at my favorite venue thus far, probably forever, and see my favorite band, Paramore. So this was going to be at Red Rocks. Excuse me, I'm really sorry, guys, that my voice always like gets dry. Like I feel like I get nervous, and so I'm trying to talk better. I have my lemon water here too that I need to set. Maybe I need to put some more lemon in it because I feel like this one isn't really working super well. But I was gonna see my favorite band at my favorite venue. I was sitting there. I was gonna see if I could buy one more as the countdown was becoming lower to check out. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Debating if I want to do this. 2 minutes now. Okay, I guess I will do this. Wait, what the hell? Or what the F? Other credit cards looking. The M and G Paramore package, so that means meet and greet. Well, I was short $4 and I could not make another payment. Oh man, I was sort of pissed. Oh well. I'm seeing Paramore finally. In the huge plus meeting the beautiful Taylor and Jeremy. Hands down, it's a dream. It's a surreality, that is. And that will unfold on a glorious day, Tuesday, August 12th, 2014. Fuck yeah. Song change, emergency alternate version, aka Screamo, B-sides. Oh man, I love this fucking song. I love the screaming. It shows emotion. It does. It's amazing to me. I would love to scream this with Haley on stage. That would be the definition of a surreal die happy now for me. Hashtag surreal die happy now for me. Well, any song to sing with them, actually. So back to these tickets. They were a little crazy because only 100 were available per show. Damn. So yes, all things are coming together. I was trying to make another payment at 10:05 in my bank account so I could purchase one more for whoever I wanted to bring. Like I said, I was $400 fucking short. Not because I did not have it, but because I could not pay the above statement at the current time. So I'm going to wait for one I was gonna wait 1 minute and 20 seconds now. I then hit the submit button. It says cannot purchase at this time. I was thinking, oh my god, are you fucking serious? I tried once after I entered the Paramore password, and at this time I had the sectional seat row 22 seat 4. I was not pleased, but I did not care because I was gonna meet them. I mean, I have their autographs from Alternative Press, but no way the same as in person, you know. That was going to be the same. So I was pissed because I was looking at this and it said row 22 seat 4, and so I was like, what? This is ridiculous. And so I then found out it says Devin, for the people looking online, it says Devin, you're going to Monumentor, Fall Out Boy, and Paramore. And this was the most I've ever spent on a ticket, but it was awesome because it was a meet and greet too. So it was $135. Actually came out to be like almost 150. And it says one ticket GA row, and so it didn't have anything. So I was relieved at that time because I thought, like for some reason the other receipt said that I was like in a row, and I was like, really? I was like, that's sort of far back. I mean, row 22. So anyways, it was all GA. And so, well, I was freaking out. I did some higher bean pleading. And then the second try, I pressed applied the code and then hit submit, and boom, I got the fucking general admission. So, like I said, I was excited. I wanted the pit up close and intimate. You know, ask me on this stage. I'll sing my lungs out for you, Paramore. Laugh out loud. When I introduced Paramore to my best friend, Mark Chappell, I gave him a Fueled by Ramen Winter 05, 06, that tune sampler. Mark was pretty picky on the bands he liked, so when I showed him this particular band, it was a success, as I was talking about on that story above. And so this show I'm going to jump to was Warped Tour 2005 at the Verizon Wireless Amphitheater. It was the 96.5 the Buzz concert, and so like it was called like Buzz Underneath the Stars. I think they just called the Buzz concert for then, but that was Wednesday, June 22nd, 2005, and it started at 12 p.m. And so this is my side tangent that I'm going to run on really quick. So hashtag oh my speechless. So it's 2005 Warped Tour. That was fucking insane. I say I do it exactly the same. Like they need to do that exact same lineup the same. I remember running around everywhere faster than ever, which meant I was listening to the top 4 songs and then I would sprint your ass off to the next stage. I almost died that day. It was so hot. I never understood why. I spelled that wrong. There should be another O right there. I never understood why they couldn't do this tour in the spring/fall time. This way people wouldn't die of heat exhaustion. An overstatement, yes, but still, it was so fucking hot. I remember a lot of disappointments I had was that Acceptance, Gym Class Heroes, The Academy Is, Cartel, A Change of Pace, May, Me Without You, Funeral for a Friend, Waking Ashland, Scary Kids Scaring Kids, Circus Survive, Q's What We Aim For, Hello Goodbye, Hot Rod Circuit, Motion C Soundtrack, Rufio, Reggie and the Full Effect, Saison, Amber Pacific, Hellfax, We're Not Performing to My City. Yes, that was a lot. Yep. They were touring on my Envy Coast, which was hashtag East Coast. So many amazing bands. Oh man, I was so sad. I'd never seen or been to a concert on the East Coast, but those artists I listened to, those were just the ones that were going to be on the East Coast. That wasn't even the full lineup. So needless to say, I did get to see a lot of bands I wanted to, such as All American Rejects, the Trio, Armed for Sleep, Avenged Sevenfold, Dropkick Murphys, Emery, Fall Out Boy, Gatsby's American Dream, Hawthorne Heights, Hope's Fall, Matchbook Romance, MXPX, My Chemical Romance, No Use for a Name, The Offspring, Census Fail, The Starting Line, Strung Out, Thrice, Transplants, The Blood, Silverstein, and Under Oath. It was something that you'd hashtag get used to. Warped Tour. Anyways, this tour, go look it up on Wikipedia. Once you do, yeah, you'll want to punch yourself in the face pretty much after you see this lineup. Hashtag I'm still speechless. So I have a link right here. So for the people that are watching, you'll be able to see. But I'll talk about it here. We'll go to Wikipedia for this tour. So I said that was 2005. Does not have it anymore. Let's see the thing. Here we go. 2005 Warped Tour. I will not let you click on it. That's weird. I wonder if I can go to the lineup of this. Alright, so let's do this. Let's do 2005 Warped Tour. List of lineups. Oh man, that's stupid. They just have all these check marks now. So I'm not really actually going to be able to read off this list. But yeah, the full lineup of that. Let's just see if we can find on Google really quick. Sorry guys that are listening. 2005 Warped, oh my goodness, Warped Tour lineup list. Let's see here. Fandom powered by it. So here we go. So I'm gonna read off all the bands that were on this. Actually, I don't know if I can. That is so many bands. Is this all just for 2005? Oh man. Dang, that is every single band on there. Huh. Sorry guys that they're listening. Yeah, I'd feel bad just if I missed everybody. Maybe I can just do the main stages. Yeah, I'll just do the main stages. So on the Bishop stage, they had Alexis on Fire, Trey, Billy Idol, The Dillinger Escape Plan, Fall Out Boy, Hawthorne Heights, Mest, and they have different tour dates. I'm not going to say that. And My Chemical Romance, Census Fail, Simple Plan, Starting Line, Sword of the Year, Thrice, The All American Rejects, Avenged Sevenfold, Dropkick Murphys, Go Bordello. Sorry if I said that wrong. Gorgol Bordello. Sorry, I don't know that band. Maybe I should have looked them up. Matchbook Romance, The Mill Colin, MXPX, No Use for a Name, The Offspring, Reliant K, Strung Out, The Suicide Machines, Transplants. And then we got on the Hurley stage the D.R.U.G.S, Soundclash, The Blood, The Explosion, Funeral for a Friend, Hot Rod Circuit, The Kinson, May, Motion City Soundtrack, Over It, Rufio, Reggie and the Full Effect, Save Sense, Silverstein, Strike Anywhere, Tsunami Bomb, Under Oath, The Unseen. The Volcom stage was Academia's, The Actual, Amber Pacific, Another Damn Disappointment, ASG, Bleeding Through, The Breeze, The Dead 60s, Dorothy Sanchez, The Fight, From First to Last, Go Betty Go, Gratitude, Gym Class Heroes, Halifax, Hidden Plainview, Horror Pops. Did I say that wrong? Horror Pops. Lost City Angels, The Matches, Near Miss, Plain White Tees, The Riverboat Gamblers, Skindred, Stutterfly, Street Dogs, Throw Rag, the 22s, Valiant Thor, and the list goes on. Like there's Armor for Sleep, Change of Pace, Acceptance, Boys Night Out, Cartel, Hope's Fall, Me Without You, Scary Kids, Scaring Kids, Spill Canvas, just so many Emery amazing bands. There's Circus Survive on that. A Day to Remember on some of these, So for the people looking online, like there's just so many bands that played in. This is a pretty extensive list actually. They have every single band, even the local bands and the people that won from Warped Tour. So anyways, that was like one of the craziest years for Warped Tour, basically is what I'm saying. Oh my god, that tour. Those were the days. Yep, if you look at that closely, that ticket was comped. Zippity doo da motherfucker. I started to learn how to make things free that year. How? Well, I promoted Matchbook Romance, aka on the street team, aka street teams equals you get merch for free and you get to promote the artists. Well, Paramore is such an amazing band. I love them. Their sound, their lyrics, their leaders. Just as an awesome band all around, and etc. One of the things that made me love Haley even more was her blog post that she did on July 13th, 2013. And this was via Tumblr. And so it has, for the people that are listening, it has Paramore, and it's in a like a seafoam light green. And it just says Paramore in the studio. And then it has a July 3rd, 2012. And it says 3,364 notes. That means that's how many notes that she has wrote. So she has the heading. And by she, I mean Haley. It says, "Oh Glory." And it says, when I was 17, I started writing lyrics to a song that would be later called Let the Flames Begin. It was on our sophomore album, Riot. I never felt like it really sounded as meaningful on the record as it seemed when we played it live. Over the years, we added one and added it and added onto it. Not only is it one of our favorites to play at the shows, but one of the most highly requested live songs by you guys. Maybe it's just because the song is heavier than most of our other songs, or maybe it's because it feels really emotional to sing some of those words. Either way, it means a lot to us. Excuse me. The lyrics touched on the way I saw us. In parentheses, it says people who were around my same age at the time, close parentheses, and how we fit into society, and sort of lightly dusted the topic of the human condition, how broken we must seem from the outside to whomever happens to be looking in. I've always said that the deep sort of hurting feeling that happens when you hear a tragic story of someone who's young, who's diagnosed with a terminal illness, or when you see someone homeless and then begging on the side of the road who you could give a couple dollars to, but could never really help. But I get it all the time, just about the world at large, because I truly deeply feel that we are all searching for some kind of cure or some kind of quick fix all the time. Always filling the void. I do this I do this every day, even when I'm not aware. The condition of being alive and breathing. How can I please me? It's not with a pessimistic eyes that I see all these things. I just believe it's realistic. For some people, there's that faith that more is at work, that just being the brokenness of us all. For others, it's enough just to know that we try to be the best human we can be and make whatever difference we can. Whatever your pleasure, your belief, sorrow, or triumph, we're all human and we're all constantly facing some sort of brokenness of the heart, of finances, of family, of dreams. It is real pain and it can't be ignored. Sometimes the only thing that gets me through a hard time is knowing that we are all, in parentheses, somewhat close parentheses, in some fight together. Even as we might feel like we're fighting alone, there are billions of other humans doing the exact same thing, in whatever their respective fights may be. I don't know how much it helps, but really it does. To know that no one has figured it out. It's a bit of a drag, but it's good comfort. Seeing as even a good 6 years later, I still feel all those things about life and being human. It probably should have been obvious that we'd write another song with a familiar message for for the new album. This time around, I feel like it comes across a bit hopeless, but actually that's what excites me most about it. To me, it's getting to the bottom of what you thought was a bottomless pit, and that's where you surrender yourself to whatever is next. And then Cold World just came on while tying out Haley's blog. Yep, I'll be right back. I'll get right back up as long as it spins around. You want to make a difference? Go out and begin it. Then hashtag Liquide. So, back to her blog. That's what billions of other people are doing right now. Hitting the bottom only to their life, their gaze. They gaze up and figure out how to get off the ground again. Yeah, no, that definitely helps. It's strange that a song all about this could go on. What is about to be the most positive and most intoxicating fun Paramore album we have ever written, but somehow it works. And anyways, anyone who knows me, I can write so many happy lyrics till I have to start venting about something else again. This is long and it's late. I hope this makes sense to anyone, if not all of you who actually read it. H. Well, Haley, I did read it, which inspired many rough drafts of hashtag pitches to your band, if ever talk to you. Hopefully you'll also take this opportunity as well. So Haley, Taylor, and Jeremy, your new self-titled album is amazing, and I really mean that. It's so versatile, and it's all you. And so this right here was just a pitch that I said to them, and you know, if you want to read it, you can online. Well, I guess I'm doing a read through of this, and it's not that long, so yeah, I'll just read to you on what I said to them. So so I presented them with like a booklet that I'll show different pictures of later. I think it's right after this online. If you're following along, you can look at them too. But it was a booklet, and this was just one of the pitches I had wrote. So let's see, where did I leave off? So your new self-titled album is amazing, and I really mean that. It's so versatile, and it's all you. I can feel all your pain, emotion, and of course your fun creative sides. Haley, to me, this overall album is you, if that makes any sense. You found a new artistic side, and it blew me the hell away. 1 billion out of 10 stars is my rating. I personally love the ukulele intrudes interludes. They remind me of my sister from the islands of Polynesia. I'm from India, and 4 others are all adopted, 2 each from the U.S. and Seoul, Korea. So my parents were doing the whole Angelina and Brad thing way before that was a thing. Laugh out loud. But Haley, I respected you more as an artist on a personal level on July 3rd, 2012 with your blog entry. It hit me hard and inspired me because yes, we are all human and we are all constantly facing some sort of brokenness of the heart, of finances, of family, of dreams. It is real pain and it can't be ignored. As well as we're all in this fight together. Well, my fight has been chemotherapy for 5 years from 16 to 20 years old because of SLE lupus, and then now my 4th hip replacement last May last May 4th one, then kidney dialysis for these last 2 years, and then last November I received a blessed kidney transplant from a very humble neighbor. Anyways, I love music more than anything, so much that I've created a legit business concept called Liquide Air. It is a venue, restaurant, record store, salon, and makeup store. Its majority is public, but also private for artists, basically musicians resort that will generate over 10 million profit per year. I have over 12 million calculated to the penny, and yes, I did say profit. So what's in it for you? Well, I added a few sky penthouse suites, one reserved for your band PARAMØRE, and you'd be hooked up for life in this huge musicians resort, which is one of a kind. If I could just have 10 minutes of your time to talk, not about an investment, but networking your own ideas, 2-way interview, I'd want Sir Richard Branson to invest. Once again, this is a real business plan, and it will change the world through music and charity. Think Oprah philanthropy, but on a much larger scale, and it would be an honor to have your amazing and respectable band a part of it. Thanks for your amazing talents. And then Devin K. Shashi Christensen, CEO, founder of Liquide Air, Liquide Sessiøns. And then my tagline, music entertainment has evolved. So, you know, you get your hopes up. You try to do things, you know, I bet as a musician, they get a lot of different ideas and business plans. But, you know, if it was me and I was a musician, I would always look through them and check it out because you never know. For me, yeah, this is like legit. It's totally real. It totally could happen. And it totally will in my head. Excuse me. Sorry for all the people listening and watching too. My voice is just like dying when I keep on talking. I'm going to take a huge gulp of lemon water. Let's see if this helps. Sorry. Yeah. So we'll see how that turned out. You know, nothing has happened. I don't think anything will. You know, it's been a while since I've done that. But, you know, you never know. If it could have, you know, if I didn't say anything, nothing would have happened, or something would have happened like in a different world. But, you know, if you don't try, then you're always going to fail. And that's, you know, they have that saying, what is it? Doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. So, yeah, just don't doubt yourself. Just keep on going on. So, let's see. Sorry. So I just said basically we'll see how this turns out, and then I said I probably should have just shared that with the Fueled by Ramen label, just because I love their whole entire label, and every musician on there would have like their own penthouse. So Looking Up just came on. That's a song on Paramore's album. And so, let's see here. What was this? I'm trying to figure out why I put my hashtags there for Liquid Air and Liquide Sessiøns. Oh, just because I was thinking of like this, like my business idea is totally like what that would be, you know, for that chorus on that Looking Up song that's on Brand New Eyes. So yeah. Oh, so it says I'd never trade it in because I've always wanted this, and it's not a dream anymore. No, oh, whoa, it's not a dream anymore. It's worth fighting for. And so that's what I was talking about. So yeah, and then it says hashtags. I can't believe I almost called it. I'm just getting fucking started. It would be my version, is what I would say. So I don't know why I would put that hashtag in there. Sometimes I don't know. It's just funny. Like when you go back and actually read through everything again, like out loud, you're just like, I wonder why I put that hashtag in there. But you never know. It might be part of the game. So that day I heard this song, well, it was enlightening and inspirational. I was in my room. I was looking at lyrics, high range listening volume. I was falling in love with Haley and Paramore all over again. And so, as I was very obsessive lyricist, I connected everything personal I could with songs. And obviously, it makes, it means something more to you. Whether that could be a person, a situational thing. It could be your own personal relationship with it, or band related. Anything really. It doesn't fucking matter. It's music and it's powerful. And I've been working on Liquid Air since I had to start to make a restaurant layout in culinary school. And then I took that to a SURREAL level in 2008. So this concept has been on my mind since then. It's something people like to call now a game changer. But see, that term is insulting. For me, this business, this is a business, and it's vision it's going to be more than that. It's going to evolve this entertainment industry, and hashtag that's worth fighting for. Oh man, I get so fucking pumped when I hear that song, even though this is somewhat an SSS, hashtag SSS, which is a semi-sad song, because it's talking about how they almost called it quits. I would have been more than sad about this particular band quitting. I can't believe we almost hung it up. Hashtag we're just getting started. So when I think envisioned or daydreamed, it's almost too real. I have very high hopes for something to happen. When I meet them, I'm going to give them a copy of this rough draft chapter. I hope and pray that something will spawn from this. I hope they understand my passion, and that besides loving them as a listener, I almost take it upon myself to have hashtag feels for them, as I do with most anyone that inspires me. It might sound cheesy, but when something of tragedy, despair, anything really happens to them, I say a small prayer. I empathize with people as tears of real life coming down. Hashtag tears of real life coming down when I was writing that. For instance, when they were in Europe and they called, aka canceled their whole tour, I first thought, no, I fucking need to see them. I then said a small prayer that they would all work out their differences, and any pain or sadness that they had felt they'd overcome. What a waste it would have been. Just think, you would have not made your self-titled album. It would have not affected millions of people. 2 platinum singles, alternative press, 5-star, and #1 mid-year 2013 album. Billboard's 2 top 40 singles, one on that album, and then the list goes on and on. So yeah, like just think if that's what I'm saying. Like I guess like what I was trying to say in the chapter was like, you know, just don't doubt yourself, because if they would have doubted themselves and not made that album, all those awards, they wouldn't have won. They wouldn't have affected millions of people with their songs and their voice. And so I have a screenshot for the people that are watching online, and for the people that can't see that, or if they're not following along on their phone and just listening. It says, honestly, can you believe we crossed the world while it's asleep? I've never traded it in because I've always wanted this. It's not a dream anymore. No. Oh, it's worth fighting for. And it says hashtag Liquid Air. We're just getting started. 12 days telling me Haley, Taylor, and Josh. And so this is where I screwed up. Because I put Josh instead of Jeremy, because Josh was in the band then, and I gave the Josh version to Paramore, and so maybe that's why they didn't get back to me, because I actually handed it to Jeremy, and so he might have read their first lines and just said Josh and didn't have his name, so he might have just been like, fuck this, and threw it away, and I don't blame him. But I did go back on Twitter and tweeted at him, but he didn't respond. So these are the things that keep me awake up at night, and as well as screwing up everything like that. But I think I talk about that in this. And so guess what? Fast in My Car just came on. One of my newest acquired memory burns of Paramore happened with this song. Hashtag how this phenomenal album gave me a memory burn. I just traded in my green machine and for an Audi TT, aka MK1 convertible. When this album came out, I heard Fast in My Car and I fucking lost it. I took that to heart and took Q, hashtag what I call my car, out on I-15, the interstate, and cranked that shit to 11. I'll get in my car and drive it faster than I ever did before. Proof different song fits in with it though. Hashtag 150 in my new car. Hashtag 5 mph. Hashtag bullet bike 140. Hashtag previous record held. Hashtag don't worry mom. It was a straightaway for miles. It was late at night and my top was down, of course. So basically what I said in all that gibberish with those hashtags was that I took my car, my Q, out, my TT, top down convertible straight away, made sure that there wasn't a bunch of people around, and I went 150. And so that's my new record of how fast I've gone in a vehicle. Before that, it was on my bullet bike and I went 140. So I broke it by 5 miles because it was about 145, so that's why I put 5 miles an hour. It was one of the most exhilarating experiences of my life. I was lit. Hashtag the beat, the lyrics. I knew within the first 10 seconds of this album it was going to be fucking awesome. That intro, fuck man, it was like Goonies feel. It was genius. It was new. It was more than awesome. Paramore, which I didn't think was possible. And so I have some pictures online if you're following along. So I have a picture here and it says, I feel like something really great is about to explode out of all of us. And that was from Haley, and it was a picture, and I think that was on Alternative Press album. It says, and then it's a picture, a screenshot, November 12th 2012, and it says, oh my god, I'm loving this Alternative Press iPad edition. That's what it was on the iPad edition. And I need to subscribe to that ASAP. I can't wait for Paramore's new album. So this was when they were previewing their iPad edition, because it's different than their printed edition. And then this was February 20th, 2010. And it says, why would they schedule Paramore at the E Center? And then, what's that? Oh yeah, Coheed and Cambria and Circus Survivor the same damn day. I might have to sell my Paramore ticket. So on that day, I actually had bought the ticket, but I had not seen Coheed and Cambria at that time. And I thought Paramore was going to be coming around more, and they didn't. So that was sort of my bad, because I think Coheed and Cambria like came around again that time. But I think that was a special tour. I think that was their Never Ender tour. Yeah, I think that's what that was. And so I wanted to see that. And then next one was, I can't wait to read this. I'm most excited for Paramore, Day to Remember, Chio's, Jimmy World of Mice and Men, 21 Pilots, The Main, and the Somerset. And so this was alternative press edition, the most anticipated music of 2013. And yeah, so it's just a cool cover. And then let's see, this next screenshot is their announcement of their 4th album, their self-titled one. And it says December 7th, 2012, near Murray, Utah. It says, got out of my surgery and I'm feeling great, just sore. So I got the staples out yesterday on my transplant scar. So now I have a couple more on my PD site as far as the scars. And then I can't wait to eat something. And so I was like rocking out to this album and everything like that when I had those staples taken out on that previous picture. And then there's a cool picture. It's Haley, and she's debuting her MAC Cosmetics. And so that's another thing that would be sweet to, you know, have at that musician's resort. And then Crush screenshot of their music video at the time that I was writing this. So when I wrote this, it had 56,675,367 people had viewed it. And let's see here. So I remember watching their debut of their music video on TRL of hashtag Total Request Live on MTV, for the people that don't know what that was. It was October 6th, 2007. Her whole style in that music video reminds me of that MAC makeup catalog shot. Her hair, her liquid eyeliner, her lipstick. One of my other memory burns was Crush, Rock and Roll Baby, hashtag Rock and Roll Baby. Give me something to sing about on Rock Band 2, the video game. I was so excited on this day because I remember when Rock Band, hashtag Guitar Hero, were sold out and popular. I still love to play them. Crush, along with other with tons of other great artists, were on the game set list. One of my girlfriends were with me. We weren't official then. We went to Best Buy, American Fork, Utah, and bought the game. Although Crush wasn't playable up front, meaning your band had to progress enough in the game to obtain the song. So what did we do? We rocked the fuck out of that game. Guitar her, guitar singer me. It did take some time to do this though. We had to get it down at least on the hashtag hard mode. We didn't want to do it on easy or medium because we're ballers. And so we did hard, not expert, so we could actually get through it. So doing this, her and I, we played Buddy Holly, hashtag Weezer, over and over again. And we had some other intentions to make this awesome. So I had rigged up a wire hanger onto the vent above me that hung a microphone down in front of my face like a badass rock star. I did not have a microphone stand, so what I do, hashtag I improvised. We then invited my parents and my aunt and uncle down to the basement to watch us perform. It was pretty crazy fun. We made it worth their while. Hashtag NBD. Hashtag standing ovation. It seriously was too much fucking fun from then on. So, side tangent, one of my really random memory burns was I have of Buddy Holly, that song from Weezer, was with my sister Annalie, and we were driving. My sister Annalie was driving me to, yes, my gymnastics class. I was awesome at the rings. Hashtag not so much the horse. Hashtag sorry, Maury, I'm not a gymnast. My sister and I had to cross the infamous road that I mentioned in my Blindside chapter. We turned onto Jefferson right by the BP gas station. This was in Blue Springs, Missouri. At the right as we were turning onto that road, the chorus came on from Buddy Holly, and we had been practicing. And I sang "Looks Like Buddy Holly." My sister turned down the song a little bit, and as we were turning, said, "I look just like Buddy Holly." Are the words, Devin, just like. So hashtag super random moment. I just made love to your sweet memory 1,000 times in my head. So this is a screenshot taken from Blue Springs on Google Maps, which I don't own the rights to, but since it's free information, here's the picture of the right turn that you go right here, and this has the address at 4499 Northwest R.D. Mize Road in Blue Springs, Missouri. And this was in 2013 when I took this picture. And so also at that gas station, I remember making a couple phone calls from what was called hashtag a payphone. It cost 25 cents then, and then it was 35 cents, and then it was 50 cents. By that time, most people had mobile phones, Nokias to be specific. See, millennials, you actually called friends to see if they were home, or hashtag checked in by spending money, and then told your parents what was up. You had to be knowledgeable in locations of these. Probably why I like to tell people hashtag landmarks and directions. Oh, it's in the BP gas station parking lot. So if you're watching online, it was right here. If you can see it, there's a stand. It's not there obviously anymore. I don't even know if this gas station's there since it's 2013. But yeah, so I was just sort of making fun of like the millennials, but I'm also a millennial in a way, but like a grandfather millennial in the fact that I know what like payphones were, and like I remember having a beeper and all that shit before we had smartphones and things like that. So you did have to know where like the payphones were in case you did get lost, or like maybe you didn't make it back home at sundown, or you know, maybe you're past your curfew, so you had to stop and find a payphone, and make sure you always had change too in your car. So that's basically what that little tangent was about. So today, when I was writing this, was August 5th, 2014, and I heard some crazy news from Haley. I'm sort of freaking out because she's sick. Her doctor says she should be fine for the rest of the tour. Well, hashtag I fucking hope so. I cannot miss them again. I would even be more sad than the last time. Either way, I would do what I had planned for this one and the meet and greet. We will see how it works out. You never know. I believe in miracles. So basically what I'm talking about, for the people that are listening and the people that are watching online, they can see. I took a screenshot, and it was August 5th, and this was from Alter, the press, not Alternative Press, but Alter. It's another news source for music that I use. It says, "Oh man, I really hope she feels better before the Red Rocks show. I can't go through another canceled show." So I'm talking about when she had canceled before that I said, like previously about the AEG, but she said that she was feeling sick and it was right before her concert that she was doing in Red Rocks, and so I was like freaking out. That's what I was talking about. So it says Paramore cancels Dallas show due to illness. And so this was August 5th, and so I'll talk about it here. So it's getting closer and closer to the concert, and I thought, why don't I make a newer pitch to Paramore and give it to them at the meet and greet? I'd love to make it badass and creative. I had all these ideas going through my head, which made it harder to narrow it down to just one in less than a week's time. It made the hashtag whiteboard, of course. I wanted a paper wooden box, that held 8x11 paper, hashtag the ultimate presentation. I looked everywhere I could in my little resort town. This was in Avon, Colorado, and nothing, not even variations of a scrapbook / jewelry box. I think this one, being the fancy paper one, which is very flimsy, made me think of a creative way to present it. I think it turned out pretty badass. It took a long time to do, a lot longer when you're a Sagittarius perfectionist. Hashtag 4 hours is how long it took. I would come up with this shape and try to cut out into hashtag gold and black duct tape is what I used. Yes, the duck brand, D-U-C-K. I know it means duck, D-U-C-T. And it's harder than shit. It's clean as hell cuts. I used a Kirschen knife, the Alton Brown Angle Edition is what I used, and so I'll show you a picture here soon. So obviously, after the concert, I will have stories. I can guarantee you that shit. Hopefully, it will be ones of the best in my entire life, is what this should say. Who the fuck knows? It'll be an experience. Only a couple of thousand will have this tour. I'm blessed to see them for the first time at my favorite venue so far. Hashtag Red Rocks Amphitheater in Colorado, with fucking Fall Out Boy and the new politics. To make hashtag my musicgasm would be 21 Pilots if they added them. So I have no words. I was speechless. I'm addicted to them right now. They are in my EMB chapter, so that means my entertainment memory burns, which actually is my underrated version. That was my final now. So you can see how I was thinking of EMB. I have cray tours and festivals in my head. I'd love to go to the Leeds Reading Festival in UK so far. That would be my ultimate festival of one that I want to see right now. I cannot even imagine. It was insane the last few years, like the lineups that they've had for their Leeds Reading Festival. Stupid Mo money problems. And so this is what I did for the people that are online. You can see that whiteboard that I was talking about right here. And then this is what I made as far as in the gold and black duct tape. But I'll explain it for the people that are listening. So on the whiteboard, it says hashtag I'm writing the future. I'm leaving a key here. And so this is my Paramore pitch. It was in cursive. So the time was 12:05 a.m. August 8th, 2014, and the location was in Avon, Colorado when I started to write this and get this done. So right here is that Kirschen knife that I was talking about for the people online looking. So Kirschen knife is a very expensive Japanese blade that you can buy. Excuse me. Sort of one of like the chef standards that you could have. Sorry for the people online. I'm just making sure this is still working and going through. And so that's the Alton Brown angle. If you can see online that it's like bent right here. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why that did that. So yeah, it's sort of bent right here. and it goes up at an angle. So this is actually like laying flat, and so you can see the blade goes up at that angle. And so when you can do it, you can rock it. So if you watch my mouse, like you can rock it like a U against a cutting board. Sort of makes it a little easier to cut. I like it. Anyway, so it says I'm writing the future. I'm leaving a key here, and it's all like cut out like at dramatic different angles, sort of looking like Kung Fu Panda like style writing, like if you guys can think of that. It's like that. And then on the other side, it says PARAMØRE, and it has a stripe. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stripes, 2 black, 3 gold, and in the gold one in the middle it says PARAMØRE. And it's pretty cool. And then I put my old business card in there and put some stuff on that side. The next picture is just a different angle of it. And yep, I'm in my underwear. This is my cutting board that I'm using. You can see me cutting all the different tape on this side. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, it took 4 hours to do, because just like cutting it, and like when you tried to pull up the tape, like sometimes it gets stuck, and you know, duct tape, like trying to pull it will rip it, and some of the thread will come out. So it took a long time. But anyways, here's the part that I was talking about. Back to the book. So, well, fuck, I fucked up my pitch, not on the talking part, but the very first line, and I said Josh instead of Jeremy. Damn. Wireless printer printed an older pitch. But why? Ugh. Jeremy is way more badass than Josh at this point. I'm truly sorry, and I apologize from the bottom of my heart. It woke me up in the middle of the night, actually. I cried and died inside. For a while, I realized the mistake. I swear, I have proof that I read it over and over again, and it was probably just all the emotions of meeting you guys, and hashtag yada yada, hashtag my nerves and my brain failed me on that. I'm a huge fan, I swear. Well, it's done. It's over. I tried to tweet it to let you know. It's August 12th, 2014. I had previously gone to bed early. Why? Well, I wanted to make sure I would wake up in time for the show, being that I was 2 hours away. I previously, I thought everything was super right. Hashtag for the super rough draft, especially the fucking band member's name. Man, I'll be killing myself over and over again till I see them again and apologize to Jeremy. To make it worse, I called him Josh out of Haley Taylor. So probably won't be able to apologize to Jeremy now that you guys know that he's not in the band anymore. He left pretty much after that tour, the Monument tour. So anyways, this is, like I said, writing in real time. And this was before I had met them, because I had realized my mistake as I went back and read it through, and I was like, wait, this is the wrong one that I printed. Anyways, I fucked up. Worst name ever. I screwed it up bad. But I did have multiple pitches in there, and I had his name right in one of them. So there. So I printed a new one, not the final one. So I'm currently on the hashtag FBR, fueled by ramen kick again. Well, shit. I saw 2 of the biggest names on that label. Plus, I haven't stopped really playing 21 Pilots' Vessels album. But even more since then, I went back to visit my friends and family in Utah. I was listening to that album nonstop, pretty much. They're the first band I introduced to someone if I'm like, hey, do you want something new to listen to? And that's in my hashtag suggestion pool. So here's my little thing that I did. Here's a different picture of the I guess the pitch that I presented him, the little box, and it says to Jeremy, it says, what the F, I apologize, I printed an older pitch. I know your name is Jeremy F, and it says Red Rock Show. So that was what I tweeted to him, and that was 23 minutes after I had figured out my mistake in the middle of the night. So I got everything ready to go for this concert. I got my ticket, my pitchography is what I had named it then, finally. My iPod, my brand new iPod that I was going to try to have them sign. My phone, my water, my Red Bulls each way, because since it was 2 hours away, so I had 2 Red Bulls ready to go. My GPS ready to go. My weed at that time, since I was in Colorado and it was legal, I was like, yeah, I'll take a J. Gatorade and some dried mangoes. I was ready to go fucking see Paramore. Finally, man. My mind is racing on what to say, and it never goes the way you plan it. So the lesson learned in that, don't plan for shit at a meet and greet. Just let it flow. But that's what happened. I didn't want to pitch the idea of liquid air a lot, even though I wanted to tell the world it's just not ready yet. Even after many years, days, hours, minutes, seconds, whatever, I seriously think about this business too much. Everything is moving so fast. It's a love-hate relationship. More love because I love to innovate, have innovation in technology. So, Parafob Politics is what I named my playlist. There's a picture here at 1:13 a.m. and it has Beastie Boys, Bitch, Newest Whatevers, the Paramore mix, and then my purchase, and then Vessels for 21 Pilots. For the people that are watching online, I'm have my mouse over this. So that Parafob Politics choice was my playlist. Obviously, it did have some 21 Pilots in it as well. I listened to the bands ahead of time, so I know, what the beat's going to be like in the back of my head, even though I still know it. I just feel it and imagine it more. After the show, yes, I don't listen to the bands I've just heard. #except there were a couple occasions that my friends and I did. One, because we wanted to hear a certain song that they didn't play, and then just a #scream what voice we had left. 2, I need clarification on a lyric, or I remember it wasn't as available as it is now. #I'm not a dinosaur, you're spoiled. #I'm jealous but not. As far as like people being able to just pull up like Spotify or Google Play or Apple Music, that wasn't then, wasn't available then. But just to pull up a song basically was I'm ranting in those hashtags. Just like that, they didn't have to like search through a CD or, just wait for it on the radio or even a cassette, back in the day. So as I'm going to this concert, I went and got a car wash. It took longer than expected. All I see is a Jeep's license plate that said expiration August something, with saying sorry, #sorry or something on the license plate. It was really weird. I was next to the stall waiting for my car to get washed. My top down was ready to go. So I'm driving along. Tommy Boy style, driving along. I'm checking to make sure that I'm no later than 4:15 from leaving to get to this concert that started at 7. So I'm leaving like hours ahead of time. So I go past one of the scenic routes and I'm in the right lane, and I hit one of the crevices with a small pothole in my car, and I'm going 80, and I almost lost control of it because the tires were in a groove, and I slowly moved that wheel to make sure not to overcorrect. I thank my Heavenly Father I didn't die. #I'm driving along, and I'm like, man, I smell rubber. I think to myself, oh man, it's probably one of the billions of diesels driving around me. I then hear, fuck, are you serious? I initiate hazard lights. I then look at the clock. It's 3:15. I still have to drive 30 miles. I get out of my car. I'm freaking out. Am I going to miss it? I keep repeating, well, shit, Devin, just change it as fast as you can. So I have a picture of that Jeep, and the license plate is right here. You can see it better on iPhotos. But this guy just like wrote this on his license plate, and it's not even real for the people online looking at it. I have it zoomed in. But yeah, I just was like, blew my mind. I was like, who the hell did that? And so, needless to say, back to my tire, I had to change my tire. I had changed it in 17 minutes. I have a small pic for reference. The tire didn't fit back in my trunk, and so I just had to throw it in my passenger seat. Luckily, I was alone in my '01 Audi TT Quattro. So here's the picture of the tire. For the people online, it's just sitting there with my thread, with one of the threads, like so I guess the groove is what it is. But one of the larger threads on the tire is just gone and is blown out, as you can see on the side right here. And so there's my watch. I took it off, and my Gatorade, my glasses in my car. So I was just like going to Red Rocks. I felt like I was cursed. The concert, the last concert that we went to, that I went to Red Rocks, was the Beastie Boys, and our car got a flat tire as well, and I just had a hip replacement. So I had a handicap sign, baby, hashtag handicap sign. So it was all like really like weird deja vu, but just in a different like way, because we got a flat tire. I had my 3rd hip replacement at that time. This one I had my 4th hip replacement, and I had a handicap sign again. So it was just really interesting. And I got a flat tire both times I went to Red Rocks to see those bands. So I'm just saying hashtag creepy shit. Hopefully it doesn't matter. It doesn't happen next week when I go see Jack White, because I was going back next week to see Jack White, and I was like, damn, hopefully I don't get a flat tire. So yeah, this concert was a lot, as I had to drop about $500 to get all new tires. Quattros will get you. Hashtag still so worth it though. That car was amazing. I loved driving it. It was like a go-kart on fucking speed or Adderall, you know, like both of them mixed together. You know, you just felt like you were with the road, just driving around with the turbo, just hauling ass. And so it was a lot of fun. So I was saying, with a Quattros will get you, that concert cost $500 because you have to get all new tires with an all-wheel drive vehicle. If you get one that's off, the stabilization in your car, if you have that on, will like fuck it up. So you don't want to do that. So that's one of the downfalls of having an all-wheel drive vehicle. But I was just saying, it's still so worth it. So back to this car in the concert as well. It says hashtag I'm here to fuck up your Paramore day, is what I said to my freaking wheel, because that's basically what it was. So I take off. I'm going 55. Woo! Blast a stereo to calm my nerves. My GPS says that I missed the exit. No, I'm thinking there's no way. I didn't see a fucking sign. Maybe I spaced it because I was freaking out about not getting there on time. I get off at the next exit, and it tells me to go this crazy way. I'm like, ugh. Hopefully they're just late or something had happened, because it's 3:55 by then. So I had to be there at 4:15 for that ticket. It told you for the meet and greet. And so I can't really go over 50 with that donut tire. So I get back, I'm on I-70, the GPS recalculates, and it says I should have stayed on. And so I'm like speeding around corners to the entrance. I see people. I'm thinking, praise Jesus. People stare as they should. Q is a sexy beast, and so am I. The nice parking attendant sees me, says, hey, parallel park by that Camaro. It's a 2012 orange black striped Camaro SS, and it's up front parking next to my TT. I come down the hill, and the very cool parking guy and I chat up a little bit. He told me I had arrived at a great time. He was parking cars all over the place, but because they ran 30 minutes late, my prayer is answered. So they were 30 minutes late to do this, so I made it in time. I then pay my ticket. The attendant tells me where to park in the handicap parking. I then try to make my hands clean because of the rubber. I sanitize, take a few hits, get rehydrated, take another few hits. Hashtag drops as well, like the drops, the THC drops at that time. Throw on a little cologne, get out of my car, and head up to the line. I'm then told to get into a different line to pick up my laminate poster and my buttons in my bag that they give you with the Monumentor meet and greet. They gave you those. So no, I'm going to see Jack White next week here. And so then I skipped a line. It says, I then hand the lady my license, and she's like, oh, are you going to the show tomorrow in Utah as well? I was like, no, I'm going to go see Jack White here next week. She was like, oh, hell yeah, that'll be fun. And I was like, yes. Hashtag that 70s show Eric style. So Eric in that 70s show always goes, yes. So that's one of the things I usually say too. So I take a few pictures to remind me of how badass this place is. It's so beautiful, Red Rocks. And so there's some pictures online. I'll go through them. So this one's just up top. I think it's on the east side of the stage. I'm not sure what entrance it is. I think it's one of the main entrances because they have a couple entrances in Red Rocks. And so just a picture over the rail. Another one closer, just showing pictures of the rocks going at different angles. So that's basically what it is. And then this was the line right here for the people watching. It's going up like on a pretty decent incline, and then there's another rock going, and so it's got cool lines as far as like a photography shot. So we're waiting in this line, and then we're finally getting there, and there's this weird opening to the backstage of the Red Rocks, and so we're going to the right, and so I'm probably about 50 people away from seeing them going into this room that I'm showing people online. It has an opening, and so we're getting there, and then boom, we get close. This is the opening. It's right next to where the people are on the pit at Red Rocks, and this would be stage left is what this would be on this side. So if you're looking at this stage, you'd be on the left side, or stage right if you're an audience member. So I blacked out some of these people's eyes, made friends with this guy, it's JJ, and then this girl, I forgot what her name was. I think it was Ashley, but she didn't sit with us. She was really cool. She had drawn a picture of Paramore, like really awesome, and was giving that to her. And then this was just a different picture behind me of how far we had come on a different side where we had come out. And so those were some pictures for the people online watching. And so it was so beautiful. Like what was that Jim Carrey movie where he plays God? Shoot, I can't think of the name right now. I'm thinking of it. It's gonna bug me. Was that show? Hold on, let me think about it. Oh, I think this is on the tip of my tongue. I gotta look it up. Sorry, guys, for watching Truman. It's not Truman Show. Jim Carrey. It's his name. I know, it's his name. Bruce Almighty. Yeah, it's stupid. I knew that. So dumb. Anyways, that beautiful said like that. That's what I was going for. So I met some awesome people from Los Angeles. They had flown in a few days before to explore and then just go to the show. They each had very interesting jobs. One was an RN, one was a fashion designer. That was this guy JJ right here. And then one was a pharmaceutical representative. One had her own boutique, and she was a singer, songwriter, musician, all around fun person. I also met another girl that was damn good at drawing, and that was this girl. And she had 2 great pieces of Paramore. She got their names right. Damn her. Well, I have put that super rough draft on. I have some leeway, you know. I'm almost there. I'm semi-shaking inside like a motherfucker. We go through the tunnel, and I start to hear these kids crying. You'd think for a second it was sort of funny, but then it was not. That's how you knew how much Paramore had affected them. We were going down that small ramp. It was built for amps led out to the stage. And so I had like a little fright elevator thing that would like raise up and move things. So sort of interesting. So I'm just taking it all in. The head security or LP for the theater was like, so what are you getting autographed? I showed him my iPod. He's like, it'll smear though. I was like, I know. That's why I have this clear case. He's like, well, you're prepared then, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, I am. The girl in front of me starts to shake pretty bad. Then about mid-arm hug, she lost it for a second. That's how music is. She showed them her awesome drawings, and then I was next. I had been replaying what I was going to sort of pitch in my head for weeks now. How am I going to pitch this? Hashtag now. Ow, 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 ow. I'm here. It's real. It's happening. I then decided it's not really going to pitch it. All the emotion I had was born long before Liquid Air. They helped shape it, if anything. Jeremy was first. I handed it to him because of all the hardcore fans we were to the left of him. I then explained that it was a chapter, wrote about them and how they've inspired me a lot. And I have a business collaboration in there called Liquid Air. I then complimented each of them on their talents and their inspiration. I then had hashtag not 1 but 2 pics because Haley had her eyes closed in the first one. Hashtag too surreal. Hashtag I'm dying inside. You could feel the love, their energy as people. That for me is how you know not everyone has that. And people that do are those ones. Hashtag myself included. Hashtag memory burn. So for the picture on it, for the people listening, it's a background, very light green background with their former logo with the cage on 3, and then there's Jeremy doing a peace sign, and then me, and then Haley with a same color light blue background saying we are Paramore on it, and then she has her teal blue hair, and she's sitting there, and then Taylor's on the side with 2 thumbs up. And so I'll zoom in here really quick. So, and then I'm in here with a fedora hat on and then a Volcom shirt on, with some DC shoes that are the same color as Haley's like pants that have a flora pattern on it, and then some tights. So that one, I think her eyes, she's smiling. That one, they're closed, so can't really tell unless you zoom in up on it. But yeah, that was fun. And then there's just some more pictures of things I did and put in there and marked out. This one, it says here's some fun trial pictures. They're a little graphic, but such is life. It's not always easy, but it's worth fighting for. And so I put some pictures of some crazy health things in there. And then this was 8/12/14, and then if they lifted this up, it had something special code on it, and then my phone number actually, just to see if they do it. So it says pictures above. Like I said, I made them and presented pictography to them. These are some of the stages that I did it in. Hashtag lots of cutting. A long time. Yes, I'm in my underwear. Perks of living alone all day long. This was the golden ticket. If Paramore keeps it and then turns it into me, they'll get an awesome hashtag SURREAL prize or gift. So if for some reason they have this, I have a special prize for them. If for some reason they get in touch with me and this gets going with Richard Branson and they're like, you know, like the middleman key to help it going. This was my underwear I was talking about right here. And so, so to this concert, so it's Paramore, Fall Out Boy, New Politics. It's August 12th. It's 2014. It's in Morris, Colorado at Red Rocks Amphitheater. So this is the picture of what I did it on. It's that screenshot of that iPad edition from Alternative Press I was telling you about. And then up front has like their little logo and then a music note and then a gold border around it for the people listening. And then this was their set list that they did. They did the first one, Still Into You. That's what you get. For a pessimist, I'm pretty optimistic. Ignorance, Pressure, Decode, the only exception. Last Hope, Brick by Boring Brick, Misery Business, Let the Flames Begin, Part 2, Proof, and then Ain't It Fun. And so I'm going to take a drink here really quick. Let's see. Why is this beeping? System overload. The audio engine was not able to process all required data in time. Oh, man. Well, let's see. Sorry, I don't know. Hopefully that didn't screw up too much of it. I wonder what's having a system overload. Maybe I need to shut this one down. But that's what people are looking through. Is this still recording? Yeah, it's still recording. So sorry for the people that are listening. I don't know why it did that, but excuse me. I am running a bunch of shit at the same time, so I could see why that could happen. So let's shut some things down here. That might be why that was probably searching the whole time. So we'll go back here really quick. I go back to the Paramore. Sorry, guys. Oh, it's taking me to the wrong thing. Sorry for the people listening and the people watching. My computer just sort of freaked out, and hopefully it recorded most of that. But basically, was talking about how I'm getting to the concert and what's gonna happen. So we're almost there. Here we go, back to where we're supposed to be. So hopefully it's still recording. Sorry if that happened. Yeah, we're about an hour and 42 minutes, and so I guess I had a system overload is what it said. So sorry for those people, but it looks like it's recording now. And the people watching. So I come out, and that girl that had those drawings comes to see me, and she's walking towards me as I'm blowing on my iPod, so that the Sharpies to my dries. Hashtag okay, case placement has to be perfect. So for me to put this case on here, I can't like move it around so it smudges it. So after the show, I took a picture of the case and the VIP badge, bitch. So this is the picture right here. It has the laminate of the backstage pass, and it says Monumentor, and it's 812 Denver, Colorado, and it says VIP, and then the V is slanted at an angle. So think of 21 Pilots angle, but reverse the slant. So it goes like that, and then the VIP are the three stripes of their logo, and then, you know, it's in a cool way that says VIP. So that was pretty fun. It's Haley, and then I think that's Jeremy, and then that's Taylor. So, yeah, that's their signatures on my iPod, and I still have the iPod. I haven't sold it because I love it. I love how Haley wrote Paramore too. She had the E's like slanted, how their new logo is now. So she tells me about how awesome her experience was. I told her that it did not matter, that she cried because she was like freaking out, that girl that had those drawings. It showed a lot of character. We then see that they're letting people in. She's gone. She like took off. She didn't even wait. I picked up my pace. I got through the awesome spot. I got an awesome spot for not full on sprinting. I'm wasting my time taking selfies because hashtag I am alone by saving seats for those LA kiddos subconsciously. This girl comes next to me and said, "Are you saving this part?" I was like, "Yeah, I actually am." A couple of minutes passed. I was defending that area for them, but being polite, taking selfies to pass the time. I do a pano, whatever I wanted. So there's a panograph of Red Rocks and them letting in people, and so you can see that it's sort of like coming in, and people are up here on the left side, walking in. And so if you haven't been to Red Rocks, it's pretty crazy because you're in a mountain, and the acoustics are the mountain. Like that's like part of the speakers. They don't really have speakers set up anywhere else except for the main stage blasting towards you, like right here. For the people listening, it's on the right side if you're looking at the stage, just those curved speakers like most amphitheaters or stages have. And so it's pretty crazy. So that's a weird picture. It was so bright, like it didn't come out the best. This is a picture of how close I was at New Politics. Like I was like third row, so 1, 2, 3, and then the GA, and then New Politics. And so this is them, and then the light boards and stuff. And it's on an elevated stage for the people looking. This was people coming in and filling in on this side, for the people watching, on the right. And then this is me doing a stupid face, waiting for everybody to come with the glasses. And then there's a smile face of me being happy. And then this is me like being, I can't believe I'm here, like freaking out. So, hashtag where are my LA friends? I then see them and I yell, "Hey, I saved you some badass seats." They were shocked that I had saved these seats for them. Hashtag for real. Hurry up. People have been giving me looks. We all sat down. No phones out yet. Just talking, shooting the shit. Find out more about their lives and what they do. The phones come into play now. Hashtag I'm getting Facebook friends, adding them, getting pictures, status updates. So there's a picture of all of us on it. These are my new LA friends, and it says we are Paramore. I blocked out their eyes, didn't know if they would get mad, because I didn't get permission to put their faces up. So that's why their eyes have like weird dots on them. And then me doing a stupid face right here. I had asked if they had seen any of these bands before. They had not seen New Politics or Fall Out Boy, which would blow my mind for how old they were and seeing them. I explained to them that they were in for some hashtag freestyle and breakdancing dance moves with New Politics, and then just high school feels with Fall Out Boy. I'm not sure how much I'll talk about the other bands performing because this chapter is not about them, but rightfully so, I do respect both of them. On that note, New Politics did not disappoint at all. I was, however, waiting for hashtag David Boyd, lead singer, to bust out some moves. Oh, hot damn, he totally did. They brought their energy, a great opener. Wish they would have played longer, and everywhere I go. I did, however, manage to tag myself in their Facebook post, and so New Politics set list, not set boy. Getting my words screwed up. They first played "Give Me Hope," then "Dignity," "Fall Into These Arms," "Just Like Me," "Tonight You're Perfect," Miss Jackson cover, "Harlem," and then "Yeah." And so this is a screenshot of me on their Facebook page. Excuse me. So this is a photo that Jack Egdinger did, and so I tagged Crystal, one of the girls that was in my new Facebook friend from LA, and this is their lead singer of New Politics doing a like head handstand with your legs moving upwards and back and forth like you're on like a bike in a way. It's a sort of a standard breakdance move. But you can see me. I'm zooming in right here. Where am I? I tagged myself. Okay, so hold on a second. I can find me. Where am I? Shoot. I'll have to go back and see if I can find my tag because I tagged myself. So if I'm stage right, I'm somewhere over here. Oh no, I thought I could zoom in and see myself because I was so close. Because I had actually tagged myself in it. But, shoot. Oh wait, is that me right here? I'm brown, so it's sort of hard to blend in. I think I'm right here in this area. But yeah, if you go to that page, I'm tagged in there, and so that's sort of cool. That I got in there, and then they closed the tags and got lucky. So these other people got lucky. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 4 people, I tagged 2 of us before they closed the tag. So that was cool. Anyways, but yeah, you can go check it out. Oh, sorry, I don't know why I did that. Probably because I double clicked on it. It's going into like where I edit it. Sorry guys that are watching. Gotta go fly down again to this. So that was pretty awesome. If you go into the Monumentor Red Rocks album on Facebook, you'll see it there. It's such a great performance. It was dope that they played Miss Jackson by Panic at the Disco, and then Lolo came out and sang. So the girl that sings "I'm sorry, Miss Jackson." Actually, that is the wrong one. I did that wrong. That is Miss Jackson by freaking Outcast. Sorry, that's the wrong one. But it's like the Miss Jackson on Panic's album. Too weird. So Fall Out Boy's set list was they played Phoenix, and then they Take Over, The Breaks Over, A Little Less, 16 Candles, A Little More, Touch Me. It's one of my favorite songs by them. This Ain't a Scene, it's an arms race. Alone Together, Death Valley, Sugar We're Going Down, Missing You, and then they did a drum solo. And they during that drum solo they did Slayer and Jay-Z and Kanye West. Then they did Dance Dance, Young Volcanoes, Just One yesterday with Lolo. She sang with them. Grand Theft Autumn / Where's Your Boy, and then We Are the Champions, a Queen cover, and then Save Rock and Roll, I Don't Care, My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark, Light 'Em Up, and then for the encore they did Thanks for the Memories and Saturday. I need to take off that 4 because that's not actually 4 songs. So picture of them for the people watching. Just some, so at night they have a light board. There's 4 of them. Patrick Stump's singing. He's got a fedora hat on too. His is more round, and it says Fall Out Boy on there. The next one, light board says Save Rock and Roll, and they're singing. It's dark, lights are going. Next one is just another picture of them close, and then this one says Save Rock and Roll, and it's like lit up in a frame with lights around, and then it has their logo in the background. I think this was during their drum solo that they did that I was talking about. Let's see here. So what's not to like about this amazing set list? It was an amazing mix of their hashtag catalog. I remembered that their stage setup took a little bit of time, but what was I expecting? Nothing more than greatness from them. I've seen them a few times, and they have impressed me every time. And this is Fall Out Boy I'm talking about. They have started out with what I thought would have been a great song for a great opener was The Phoenix, and it was topping charts during that time period. Hashtag Put On Your War Paint is exactly what they did. Hashtag Surrender Love. One of the crazy things I do remember from the show was that hashtag this was Illuminati motherfucker just showed up out of the middle of nowhere. I was like, well, that's interesting. Trendy, or were they a part of it? Who knows? As being like Fall Out Boy, were they part of Illuminati? They seriously did put on a time warp of high school era shit. It was a flood of memories of girls, of road trips, losing my virginity. You know, the usual things that would come up in your adolescent youth. One song that they did play that will always have my heart was, I wish they would have played, was Saturday. I have an epic story dating back to when I saw them open for Matchbook Romance in Midtown in St. Louis back in 2005. That's a personal story. A hint though was right when it breaks to the hardcore outro at 2:33 on YouTube. That's sort of what it was like. You just had to be there. So on that song Saturday, you just had to be there with them going crazy and them like Pete Wentz was hanging down from like a rafter beam, like just screaming during that song, and that's what he does in that music video, and it's just crazy. It was awesome. So this for the people watching or watching online, and for the people listening, just describing, this was that Illuminati like weird shit that came out, like that scarecrow that they have. If you've seen that, let's see. We'll research it really quick. Illuminati scarecrow. I spelled that wrong. So do they have a picture? None of these are right. Freaking Google. Freaking Illuminati took down their own pictures of their own scarecrow. But it's that weird one that you see like in that grove that they have, that Illuminati grove. What's that called? Sorry guys, Illuminati grove. It's that picture that they had. Yeah, so this thing, the Bohemian Grove is what it's called. And this is like a real picture of this shit that they had of them doing like weird seance shit. And there's that weird scarecrow and that big dude right there. Yeah, some interesting things. I don't know, you guys could research that, but that's an actual picture of weird people doing some satanic shit. It looks like weird, but yeah. So they had that come out, and that was like super popular back then. So that's what I was talking about. And then we are finally to when Paramore came on. I have a weird picture of it all blurry of this like bolt of like crazy purplish light on the light board going across the whole stage. So I would say it was probably like 25-30 feet long, this board. And so I have a hashtag that says I want to be lit just like that light board. So now onto Paramore. I'm sitting there getting all fanboyed out, sort of freaking out. Then it happens. I see the tour band members come up. Whoa, is that? Oh shit. Yep, that's Aaron Gillespie from Under Oath. Then boom, this huge light board is making distorting noises, much like this picture of the noise of everyone just screaming. Smoke is coming down. I guess they're playing an opening with Fast in My Car now, or Ain't It Fun? I don't know. Just like that, Still Into You. Boom, lights are going. Cray cray. Haley starts skanking. It's more than anything I could imagine. Nah. Then it explodes. Confetti and streamers. I took a sequence shot through this part. Scroll through it as fast as you can on my FBA album. Taylor then shreds the fuck out of his guitar. Jeremy is conducting. Haley is working the stage. That's what you get. It's glorious. It's beautiful. Welcome to my mentor. Or Monumentor. And so this is me. You have a huge grin. Paramore's right here. And there's confetti you can see right here. And there's some streamers on my neck for the people looking. I'm just having a blast. Haley then just says, just in case you don't know, and I expect you to know by now, but maybe there's like one guy somewhere up there who doesn't. And that guy, I want to say, hey, you, we are Paramore. Ignorance breaks out. I'm seriously moshing in my small concrete area seat thing, almost falling over like 5 million times through the show. I do have to mention that Aaron brought an intensity to their set on being on drums, from the drummer from Under Oath and singer as well. He's a singer and drummer. Haley mentioned that she loves to play fast songs. I'm like, oh shit, is she going to play fast in my car? Nope. They tricked me every damn time. I was sad they didn't play that song at all during their set. I was waiting for it. But their catalog that they did play for was monumental. So right after Only Exception, then Haley said something very inspiring. So here's a picture of me that I took of a panorama. She looks very sad for the people looking online, and she was, and I'll get to that in just a second. And so she says, and this is a quote from her on a video that you can find online. And she says, thank you very much, beautiful voices. It's nice. So I let you guys on a little secret. This is our 10th anniversary. It's so weird. It's so weird. 10 years goes by so fast. It feels like yesterday we were driving to Denver for the very first time. And, you know, I'll never forget running out of breath during Whoa. Just laying on the ground for the entire evening and the rest of the show. It's amazing how fast 10 years goes by. And it's amazing how life, sometimes you can fit into 10 years, you know. I feel like, for instance, with us, for like every album, we've lived 3 different lives. And I'm just so happy we're all still here. And thank you guys for sticking around as well. That's amazing. Our band is, you know, we've been through a lot. There has been a lot of ups, lots of super high highs, and lots of super low lows as well, though. But I don't think you have to be in a band to get that. I think that's just life. And I think no matter what profession you might have ended up in, besides being in a band, we would have dealt with some of the same emotions. Probably all the same emotions, and that's probably some of the same emotions. And there's, hold on, sorry guys. Some of the same emotions, and there was a point right before we released a new record, actually when we were writing it, that's the sort of song that spilled out of us. And I realized how sad that we have been, and how we have been in this place where we weren't content and weren't fulfilled anymore. And it was very scary. Actually, it was very depressing. And then this song happened, and sort of a light came on, and it was amazing how much I realized that I was a part of something. We, the 3 of us, are a part of something. I want you to know before you leave here tonight that you, being here tonight, listening to any of your favorite bands, writing songs yourself, writing poems, reading books, any of that. You're part of something that goes way longer than any of us will ever be alive. You are part of something. Please know that. The crowd cheers. This song goes out to Robin Williams. It's called Last Hope. I felt like she was talking, and that was the end of the quote, was Last Hope. I felt like she was talking to me, just everyone. And then I became sad and actually shed a few tears when she said this song was dedicated to Robin Williams. It was very surreal. It's just a spark, but it's enough to keep me going. And then I put H. And so the reason she dedicated that to Robin Williams was that was right a day before. Actually, it might have been the day that he committed suicide. Let's double check here. Sort of not a great thing to, search. So, see, he died on August 11th, 2014, and that was on the, did I say the 15th? So it was one day after. Where's the ticket? Sorry, guys. August 12th. So, yeah, it was one day after. And she was pretty sad about it, like that picture that I showed you guys. They're watching this one right here. This is when she was talking about it. Yeah, that was a crazy time, I'll never forget that. But here's some other pictures. Like when she did that, I took a picture. She told everyone to throw up their lights, obviously. So there's a cool picture of Red Rocks in the background with people and their lights up. It's just another picture of her singing during the song. These are actually disco balls that were down in their logo. For the people that are listening, they have disco balls going straight down. There's 6 sets of them, each with one set of 2. So it goes down, and then yeah. So during Misery Business, Haley asked if anybody wanted to come up and help finish the last chorus with her. She made some hilarious bit about Dora the Explorer, and then some lucky son of a bitch named Anissa got to come up on stage and help her. She got the golden microphone first at the Red Rock show. She did rock out well and had great stage presence. And so as she was doing that, and they panned, people panned on the screen, and so the person that was recording this, there's me, boom, right here, I'm right here. And so I made this screen, and so I made the Jumbotron. That was fun. So Denver, till next time, till we see you next time, we love you, we love you. We are Paramore. Ain't it fun? Concert explode, confetti, concert explodes and confetti was going everywhere. It was a dope ass Paramore, balloons too. So that was the picture of the thumbnail, and so it was pretty cool. It's a pretty cool picture. It's a huge light board for the people seeing there, and then on top of the light board is the elevated stage, and that's where Aaron Gillespie of Under Oath is seeing their drumming, and the guitars. They're supporting guitarists on tour, doing it, and then there's a small 2 bass and snare drum set, and then Taylor's rocking out, Haley's singing, and there's Paramore balloons with their logos, like as a tag artist would spray paint as a stencil on the balloons. And so that's the picture. So all rights reserved. Screen grabs from respective owners of Facebook, Alternative Press Magazine, Instagram, YouTube, Haley Williams Tumblr. Pictures, the other pictures are all by me, of Devin K. Shashi Christensen. So you guys can leave comments in there if you want, and check it out. So that's the chapter. I mean, it's a lot of fun doing this one with you guys. Sorry it's pretty long, And we'll go back to this. So we're about 2 minutes in, or not 2 minutes. I always say that because it looks like a minute mark on there for me when I'm looking at that for some reason. 2 hours and 9 minutes. And so thank you guys for listening again. It's been awesome. Check out my website. If you can follow along, go on there at liquidesessions.com. Tell your friends. This podcast will keep on going. I'll have some guests here soon once I get done doing these chapters of pitchography. So love you guys. Keep on doing good in the world. Be awesome. Be yourself. And wherever you're listening, hope you guys have a great day, a good night, and whatever astrosphere you're listening to, have a great one. Love ya.